Hello, beautiful people. How are all of you doing today? Hello, chat. How do you do? Ugh. It's Monday, so. Well, have you tried having a job where you work every day so that Mondays aren't sad? True. Your voice sounds odd. I'm a little dehydrated. Of course, 5 reps. Well, it's not 5, but minus 5k. Alright. Minus 50k. Waste your points, chat, so you can't fucking make me do exercises anymore. Ugh. Alright. Frick you, chat. What's this? We have a new event? Oh! My goat. Nod Cry is in the southernmost part of Snezhnaya, where people from all over Tivat gather. Those not in the know would think that opportunities to get rich are everywhere there. It's only after you get there that you realize that it's a wild place that plays by its own rules. Wow. Let me put it this way. Before I even set foot in the city, I was robbed by a group of vagrants, taking advantage of my ignorance about the place. Courts of law, Knights of Favonius, there's none of that there. Someone just told me to visit the Voynich Guild. But the guild was the strongest force in the area and that they might be able to get me justice. I was only half convinced at first, so imagine my surprise when the guild folks not only hauled all my goods back, they even bought everything off me too. Totally amazing, right? Yeah. So is this implying that the Voynich Guild is robbing people without them knowing, and then, like, quote-unquote saving them to garner its own reputation, and then robbing them again as they leave? Is that the implication here? Ew! I'm not doing that. Does anyone else have a good Liban? This is the worthless Liban, dude. Why the fuck would I want weapon XP? That's like the only thing that is completely worthless to me. Like, entirely worthless. I'm good. Literally anything else I'll take. What server? NA. I'll take literally anything else. You look for pyro? I don't care. I'm not gonna fucking waste my time looking. I just want to do literally anything other than this. Wow, even already here, that's crazy. Wait, but these are worthless as well, aren't they? Wait, I'd rather have the 20,000 Mora from my own. When am I ever gonna pull for a fucking weapon? I'm not. Like, yeah, I'd like the 60k Mora. 60k Mora sounds good. The Mora, the books, talent materials, just not anything that's weapon related. Begging. I have Mora, huge. My goat. You use the weapon stuff for craftables? Yeah, and do I look like I'm gonna fucking get some craftables? Hmm? Hmm? I can finally stop farming Maréchaussée. That's crazy. I'll take that. I will take that. Thank you. Done with Maréchaussée, back to Vermilion. True! You get it. Cela est tout seul. Ça fait déjà ça de noyer dans la tête. Monter, combien? Déjà pensé. Et d'autres y ont déjà pensé. Et malgré tout, c'est cool. Oh yeah, I did that. On pense sur terre et je suis peu fier. On croit parfois que c'est la seule manière de les faire. On vivre des pensées qui me font vivre un enfer. You do more quests off stream? Not yet. Are we doing Logo Legends today? No, I don't believe so. What we are doing, though... does anyone have a link to the Strike Wordle? Someone sent me a link to it yesterday, but... Guild Builds. That's the one. Alright. But there's no actual Wordle, right? There's a mini, and there's a connections, but there's no Birdle. There's no Wordle. Wait, is this a Wordle? Okay, I think this might be a Wordle, actually. Stare. Pound. Zilch. Not Valor. polar? No. Wait, I'm an idiot. The L's not in the middle. So, the A has to be here or here. Is it labor? Damn, that's crazy. The strikel word is labor? That's crazy, man. Withholding labor is the strongest negotiating tool workers have. Thank you for supporting NYT workers withholding their labor. Huge. Alright, let's do the mini. What? Oh. Large, graceful bird. Aid, help. Work hard or make great effort. Microwave or convection oven. Alone. A large, graceful bird. Wait. Shave? Swan? Labor? Log? I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to be. Also, what the fuck? I don't know what this is either. Is this probably Weber? I think? Yeah, we did it. Nice! Nice. Let's do the... we don't have the jingle, though. Oh, they didn't refresh the connections? Damn. Saj. They didn't make a new one. Saj. That's okay. Let's do the Genshin duel. Kaya! Insane guess. It's a cryo character released long after Kaya. Let's try... Who is a cryo character released long after Kaya? Not a sword, so it's not Ayaka. Risley. It is a Fontaine Catalyst cryo character. I see. The truth of this world... What could it be? So, the truth of this world is in quotation marks, which means that it's someone who is reading something that says the truth of this world. So it's probably something that happens in a world quest. It could be Albedo in the Dragonspine event, actually. It is Albedo. Huh. No fucking clue. That's just some squiggly fucking lines, dude. I don't know, man. Dude, I have no clue. Is that supposed to be like an explosion? Please? Ring of bursting grenades? Kirara? No. It's not Kirara. ChesseBurgers? It is ChesseBurgers. No. Is this Albedo again? Dude. Whatever, man. Blade. Bald. Released before Bald. Okay. Gerillo character? Damn. My goat. It's a good day to set sail, isn't it? Set sail? Who would say that? Who would say set sail? It could be an Astral Express character or a Lofu character. An Astral Express character could say that figuratively, and a Lofu character could say that literally. I feel like it's meant to be taken literally, though. So I think it's a Lofu character. A Lofu character that's somewhat involved in executive decisions. Jingyan wouldn't talk like this. Fuchuan wouldn't talk like this. I don't know what the fuck this character's story is, so it might be this character. Also don't know what her story is. Isn't that? I don't know, actually. Is there another Lofu character that's like in an executive? Could be Tingyan, I guess. Could be Yukong, I guess. Oh! Hehe, easy clap. Easy clap. No clue. No clue whatsoever. Let's try some of the characters I don't know. What? This looks like claws that bite. My jaws that catch. Sorry, I'm still traumatized by Shutterwalk from many years ago. Every time I say or hear the word claw, it makes me want to finish. Claws that bite, my jaws that catch. Wait, no. Wait. It's my jaws that bite, my claws that catch. Whatever, who cares? Okay, who the fuck has claws, though? Hook, I guess? Nice. Easy clap. Easy clap. Dude, I'm just the goat. I feel like this one was hard. Gallagher, maybe? It wouldn't be... Gallagher wouldn't look like this. It's not 3 separate fangs on Gallagher's thing. Is today the 1 out of 22 good day? Yes! It is! It is! It is! Time for some hard labor. How can I help? Holy! Today is a good day! Holy! I think I manifested it by talking about Hearthstone. I manifested Ben Brode into the Zenless duel. Okay. Okay. We gotta celebrate this with a quick little Abyss run. I wanna play Shao in Abyss. It's been a while since I did. Do I wanna play him first or second side? I don't really care. I think I'll do first side. Oh yeah, I forgot I did that. I don't care. Okay, the Bazaar seems insanely fun. It really is fun, yeah. I really like it. I've been playing it pretty much every day. Oh my fucking god. Okay. That was awful. Dog shit fucking grouping. We're gonna reset. I didn't want to fucking edge, like, bait them to the edge because it takes a while, but I guess I have to. Because Overload ungroups them too much. Oh my god, he dodged my particle generation. Fuck you! Stop Stop dodging my fucking attacks, you little shit. Alright. No, you know what? I'm not gonna edge bait them. I'll figure out a good way to do this. Nah, I'll just edge bait them. Yeah. There's actually not that much of a downside in this team because the setup is long anyways. Well, that was fucked actually. I'm so tilted. I'm so tilted, dude. I'm so tilted. Whatever. I'm just gonna do it properly this time. Stop dodging my fucking I hate this abyss deeply. I hate it with a passion. Fucking god, I'm going to kill myself in game. There we go. Finally.
Your fate. Teamwork is minute to memory, the Temple of Wisdom. Let's light it up. Ring cutter. I'm going in.
I'm press burst, but okay, dude. That was awful, man. That was awful. Truly awful. Cleared faster than my Nevilette? That is definitely a skill issue, buddy. I'm sorry. Give me the particle. That'll be good enough.
Sharing my knowledge. Let me lead you a verse. Everybody stand back.
Why is this really good? Because this is a good team, chat? Why are you guys underestimating Thundering Furry, huh? Explain that to me. How many times do I have to say it's a good team for you to stop underestimating it? Wouldn't this be faster if you swapped sides? I mean, it would be fast either way. Very nice. Do Burgers and Hyperloon share a hit limit? I think they do, but I'm not sure. Does Razor need to be C6? No, but Bennett does. Yeah, this team is gonna struggle against the first chamber if I put it on first side, but it'll be good against the rest, so we can still do it. Someone asked to do it with swaps with size reversed.
I see everything. Make yourselves at home. Witness the power of the wild. Everybody stand back. Commit to memory, the Temple of Wisdom. Rain outlines your fate. Teamwork is strict. This place for the living. Make yourselves at home. Let's light it up.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm going in.
God. What the fuck? He wasn't even aiming at me, man.
Committed to memory, the Temple of Wisdom. Rain cutter. Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's keep back.
Like, obviously, a lot slower on the first side, but that's what we were expecting.
Ears of the sword. Showing you a train. Time to shine.
Not a good team for the first side on the first chamber. God.
Truth repeats its course. Yoo-hoo! Let lightning echo in song.
Make way for lament. Tear. Worthless. Tear. Worthless. Worthless.
Have fun with this gift. Shower me with praise. Time to shine.
Stray cloud converge. Evil conquering. Tear. Worthless. Worthless. Tear. Worthless. Tear.
No rage. God, this is the saddest brew I've ever done for my coffee. You know when you're almost out of coffee and you don't really have enough for one more? Like you don't have enough of coffee beans for one more, but like you want to drink coffee, yeah, it's going to be a little watery. That's not too bad. Could be worse, honestly.
This place for delivery. Make yourselves at home.
Witness the power. Let's light it up. Going.
I don't know why I did that. That was definitely a misplay. Because now I can't.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Ring cutter. Everybody stand back. Let.
Alright. Bye, but it's gonna be pretty quick. Is there a video on this call? There's a really old one back before Nahida's release when I used Dendro MC.
Strike a pose. Let lightning echo in truth repeats its course.
Seize the skies. Lament. Tear. Worthless. Tear. Tear. Tear.
Time to shine. Dare to mess with me? Have fun with this.
Make way for the evil conquering. Worthless.
This was a bad idea. I should have just let it shield back up. 'Cause I can't down it anyways.
Tear. Tear.
Shower me with praise. Let lightning echo. Let's burn
Oh, whatever.
Get out of my bed.
Do you buy coffee beans and grind them yourself, or it's pre-grinded? I don't do either of those. My mom buys coffee beans and grinds them and gives them to me. I don't know shit about coffee, dude.
Sharing my knowledge.
Rain outlines your fate.
Going in.
Oh, wait. This isn't gonna be a one rotate. It could have been, I think. It definitely can be a one rotate with a good enough start, but it's still a good fast clear. You know, we take those. Alright. Thank you for the 3 months build tree. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna build tree. He's still in the Eagle set mines. I haven't opened Star Rail since the last time I streamed it. What artifacts is your Shao on? He's on a relatively good Doobies Doopies. Alright, we've got a 7 roller. This one's a little scuffed, but it makes things comfy when my E misses, which is like half the time. This one's pretty good. Well, for an offset, it's not that insane, but it's pretty good. This is one of my best pieces. And this is also pretty good. But it's not what he's supposed to be on. He's supposed to be on this. Whatever, I don't care. Razor build. Sure, let me show the Razor build. $25 crit rate. 5 great sword. EM. 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 Wait, I think I missed the minus 5k earlier. I did. I see it in the notification bar.
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
I don't know if someone told you today, but nice shirt, man. Yeah, dude, it's actually crazy how losing a little bit of weight has opened up my wardrobe again. And I can actually wear more than 3 different shirts now. Ugh. How much did you lose? I don't have a scale, so I don't know. You look good, thank you. I'm gonna be honest though. At this point, I'm not even really wearing the glasses because I want to see better anymore. I just think they kind of suit me more. Giving me finance bro vibes? Oh no, that's not good. I don't want to give you those kind of vibes. Shit. That ain't what I want. How bad is your eyesight? My eyesight's pretty good. My prescription is like 0.5 or something. Anyways, where do we spend our resin today? I think we're just gonna stick with this until the patch. How long until the patch, actually? Eight days. Alright, interesting. Let's play Thundering Furry in the domain. Why not? It should be where it shines, you know?
Going to hunt.
Everyone hold hands. Sharing my knowledge.
Know my sword. Witness the power of Guwa. Going in.
Indeed, it is where it shines.
Adventure time.
Thundering Furry is the kind of team that like does so much better in AoE than it does in single target. But it's still a fine single target team. That's why I like it so much. Like, in situations like this, where enemies actually walk towards you close enough that you can generate blooms on multiple of them.
Make yourselves at home.
Let me weave you a web. Huh? Huh. Everybody stand back.
I guess that was a little fucked. But whatever. I wouldn't find it fun against Rift Hounds. Rift Hounds won't be able to move. Thundering Furry has way too much stagger. Rift Hounds will be perma-staggered.
I see everything. The Temple of Wisdom.
I think that with Genshin progressing with its design, I guess, and with more understanding of what makes a character good, happy little accents like Thundering Fury will get rarer and rarer. What's your take? I get what you're saying, but I don't know if I agree with it, because sure, people's understanding gets better and better, but also there are more and more characters, so there are more possibilities for a character to slip through the cracks, you know?
Make yourselves at home.
Rain outlines your fate. I'm going in. Let's light it up.
Do you expect the Pyro Archon to buff Neuvillette? Probably. If we're being truly honest, like, I don't think Neuvillette needs or deserves a buff, but the way things have been going lately, every single new thing is a buff to Neuvillette, so, like, probably. They're gonna find a way to make it a buff to Neuvillette.
Body and mind.
Oh, shit. Might be Strongbox time soon, yeah. Would this ever be good? Like, as an on-piece? It would have to be on an animal character that doesn't want VV. It could be good on Farazan, I guess, sure. Oh, man. But I already have a good TOM set on her. I guess I could do TOM Farina and Cinder City Farazan, but god, I don't care, man. I might as well lock it. That's technically optimal. Yeah, but then that would mean I have to swap Farina's build depending on the team, and I can't be bothered doing that.
Everyone hold hands. The Temple of Wisdom.
Rain outlines your fate. I'm going in.
I see everything. Sharing my knowledge.
Oops. Bro. Oh. My fingers are on the wrong buttons. My bad. Us Thundering Fury in this abyss, very good. Thundering Fury's a very good team on the second side. And it's pretty fast for the first side, for Chambers 2 and 3, but not great for Chamber 1.
Everyone hold hands. Make yourselves at home.
No, my sword. Let me weave you a verse. I'm going in. Get back.
Really? I'm not under 70%? Fuck you. has more potential to be good than the Animo one. I can definitely see a character that actually wants to build attack on this set. Change name card? Did I get an expiration name card? Yeah, I did. That's crazy. Do you have Chainbreaker for Auron? What's Chainbreaker? Is that a bow? It's a bow, right? I don't think I have it. I'm gonna put him on fucking Harp anyways. Harp or Elegy. Probably Elegy, actually. Or Stringless. Speaking of Stringless. I'll have to do that at some point, but I don't care, man. Stringless is bad? It's not. Half his damage isn't skill or burst. I know. But he procs Electrocharge enough for Stringless to still be good. It's funny, but it is what it is. It's not great. Like, I'm sure it's pretty similar to the craftable. The Island craftable gives him EM2. What is it, like 48? Yeah, 48 EM. Stringless is like 20 to 25% behind. It wasn't 20 to 25% behind in my calcs. Let me check how far behind I had it. I have Stringless 1% behind R5 Chainbreaker. Yeah, that's R5 versus R5. Fuck. Almost dropped it. Ugh. The only annoying part about those dumbbells is that weight distribution isn't entirely even. So it like tries to put itself right side up. And when you don't see it coming, you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna drop it. Fuck. But Praso, you can send me your calcs after stream. I'll take a look at them. And I'm assuming 10 electrocharge procs. Maybe that's too generous. It's hard to be sure before actually testing.
Adventure time.
Should I get Chaska or Neviled? I need an AoE DPS. Chaska. Sorry, Neviled. It's not even close. Chaska and AoE lol W.
Thank you for
Chat, would you guys like to do some UID reviews today? Because I'm down. I'm down to do some UID reviews. So, and I'm actually down to make it into a YouTube video.
Let's go find some treasure.
Like flexors included, yeah. But if you're interested, make sure that you put your 2 current Abyss teams in your showcase. I want all 8 characters you're using to clear Abyss. I don't want to do individual character build reviews. I want to look at the build of your whole team. So this is your cue to go and fucking put all your characters on the right builds and put them in your showcase. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. Hi, to a UID review video. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. I haven't done UID reviews at all, even on stream, in a very long time. But I feel like that's something that we've been missing. A lot of people tend to get confused when it comes to build advice, because different people will say different things, they don't know who to trust, and even the same person will say different things depending on the situation, because it is very dependent on the situation. So I figured, you know what? Let's do a UID review video where we look at the current builds of a bunch of people, and we try to give some pointers on where the builds could use some help, where they're already good enough, and things like that. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So chat, if you're interested, enter your UID in chat, and it has to be your 2 teams already on display. I started in 4.0 and I have my 2 teams on display. Alright. And editors, if you can include the chat message of the person who submitted that on stream, or sorry, on screen, that would be fun. Okay, so I see that you have more than 8 characters here, but I'm guessing these 3 additional characters are just additional. They're not what you want me to look at. So we have a double Hydro Hyperbloom with Cookie, and we have a Farina National with Kazuha. First thing, personally, after having played a bunch of Farina National with Kazuha, I've come to the conclusion that I think I like the team better with Shilonen than I like it with Kazuha. I think it's a good team either way, but Shilonen's ability to shred both elements, even when she only crystallizes one of them, has made things a lot more comfortable in my experience when you don't need Kazuha's grouping. So the fact that you have her and that she's already built is gonna be pretty nice for you. You can swap the Kazuha to Shilonen depending on the situation. So that's something that could be useful. Let's take a look at the builds. So this is a C2 Nahida, triple crowned Witsith R1. Interesting. Witsith R1 on a triple crowned C2 Nahida. That's unexpected. Witsith tends to be a very good weapon for speedruns, but part of what makes it so good is that its effect is insane when it procs, right? If you take a look at the effect on the Witsith, 120% attack or 96% damage bonus or 480 EM. This is a lot, right? Like, these buffs are fucking massive. In other words, Witsith is a weapon that is very reliant on its passive to be as good as it can be, which means it's a weapon that is more reliant on refines than other weapons are. If you're looking at something like Lost Prayers on a carry, for example, the average amount of stacks you're going to get on the Lost Prayers effect isn't really that high, which means that refinements on Lost Prayers really don't do too much. What makes Lost Prayers good is that it's a 5-star weapon with a 5-star stat line, with a 608 base attack and 33.1% crit rate. The passive is a nice little cherry on top, but it's not what makes the weapon. Whereas with Witsith, the passive is what makes the weapon. So I'm not a huge fan of R1 Witsith. Even if you're using a C2 Nahida and you're like, okay, well, I want to use a damage weapon over another weapon, whatever. At R1, I don't think I'd use Witsith over the alternatives. If you still want to stick to damage, that's fine. You can use Witsith. I personally would probably go for Sack instead. Sack tends to feel really nice for Nahida in teams like this. Where spending more field time on her isn't a downside. And obviously it's EM substat. Yelan, double crown on Fav, okay. Build seems quite strong. Pingto, 1 crown, C6 on Fav R1. Build seems quite strong. Kuki, C2 Kuki. The healing leveled up pretty much as possible. Pretty good. Pieces. Okay. Changling. Okay, that's a relatively good Changling build. Bunch of flat attack, unfortunately, but I mean, it is what it is. Still a fairly good build overall. C4, okay. Kazuha. Enough crit rate for the Fav to proc somewhat reliably. Enough ER, enough PM, okay. Fleuve Cendre Farina. Double crowned. Pretty good. Pretty good artifacts. Bennett, relatively low ER for Skyward Blade, but you have Skyward Blade, so it doesn't really matter. Alright. This is the sort of account that really doesn't need too much help. You are already, like, your builds are already very strong, and well distributed as well. It's actually hard for me to find something to really, like, hone in on, because everything is already so good. I guess the one thing, it's not really build related, it's more so, well, I guess it's kind of build related, but it's not investment related. The one thing I'd say is, in a team like Double Hydro Hyperbloom, you have a few options when it comes to weapons. But as a general rule, the best thing you can do is go for a Fav on Nahida, because her personal damage isn't that big of a portion of the team DPS. So that you don't have to use Fav on Yelan, and maybe not even on Singto either. Personally, I don't actually have a good sword I could put on Singto if I don't put him on Fav in a team like that. Right, like, my best sword for that would be, like, Lion's Roar, but there's no uptime on it in a team like that. I don't have Fav Catalyst. Oh, I see. That is unfortunate. That is definitely unfortunate. Nonetheless, I'm fairly certain you can get away without Fav on Yelan, at least. The best way to play the Double Hydro Hyperbloom team, practically, tends to be mostly swapping between Yelan and Nahida. Which means that, one, you can use Yelan's E off cooldown, which obviously increases her particle generation, because you get 2 E's per rotation instead of 1. And 2, means that she is going to be catching some of the HP particles and some of the, like, off-field particle generation that Kuki and Nahida have. Because of that, her ER requirements are really not that bad, and it tends to be possible to run her on a weapon that doesn't give ER. So let me show you. I'm gonna remove my Fav from Nahida just so I can properly show what it would be like for you. I guess that means I have to use Kuki as well. Ugh, I don't wanna. Kuki and Double Hydro Hyperbloom, dies of cringe. Whatever.
I see everything. Sharing my knowledge.
Rain cutter. Rain outlines your... Here comes the catch.
Get with me. This way through. A minute to memory.
Out of my way!
This way through.
Oops. Oh, my Singso's the one that doesn't have enough ER because I fucked that up, but
Quietly now. Our bond is strong.
A minute to
Gotcha.
I gotta give my Singso a bit more ER. The idea here is that you get to funnel Singso's particle into Yelan. But obviously that means that he catches less particles, so he's going to need higher ER. But that tends to be better than building both of them with a bunch of ER. At a baseline, without looking at energy costs, especially in a team that doesn't have any sort of attack buffs like Double Hydro Hyper Bloom, Yelan tends to outdamage Xingqiu. And so sacrificing Xingqiu ER for Yelan damage, or sacrificing Xingqiu damage by building more ER on him, in order to gain Yelan damage because you get to funnel the particles into her, tends to be worthwhile.
Everyone hold hands. Make yourselves at home.
Stand with me.
Oops. Wrong character to swap into.
My sword. Here comes the catch. Busted.
This may hurt a little. Lightning, terrified. This way. Grow.
Quietly now.
Yeah.
Let me weave you a verse.
Now I can't hit my E because he's in the air. But that's fine.
Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha.
This may hurt a little.
Out of my way. The bond is strong. Rain cutter. Rain outlines her. Game's up. Time's over. Quietly now.
Wait, obviously, the result of building more damage and therefore less ER on Yelan is that her personal damage goes up. But this is a team that has no, outside of I guess Xingqiu C2, Hydro Shred, and Consecrated Beasts are enemies that have high resistances. So you will notice a difference a lot more against enemies that don't have high resistances. In any case, you can still stay on double fav because it will be more comfortable, right? A team where you don't go double fav, you'll generally need to focus a lot more on your rotations to make sure that things don't go wrong. For example, like I just showed, having to wait for the enemy to come back down so you can hit it with Xingqiu E is gonna potentially screw over your rotations. And going fav is gonna make this just pretty trivial. And you have enough investment that you don't have to focus on that. You can just say fuck it.
Join me on an adventure in
Like it'll work. Whatever, good enough. But if you wanna make the team stronger, that's something you can do. But yeah, like if you're looking at the builds, right? Nahida has 9 EM rolls and 23 crit rolls. This is like really good. There's honestly not much to say about this. Yelan 27 crit rolls, 3 HP rolls, 1 ER roll. That's also like pretty good. Maybe you should try to keep an eye out for HP percent substats, because you do not have a lot, which means that as of now, like something like this, right, is worse than something with like 10% HP and 7% crit rate. Well, maybe it's not, because the flat HP is there, actually. Oh, well. The Candace build is Neuvillette? Alright. Yeah, here, also really not much to say. Not much to say. Not much. Like, everything is just so good. Candace build, you said, is Neuvillette. 21. Ooh, nice. Nice. You love to see it. You love to see people that understand the importance of HP subs. That's great. This is looking like a pretty good build. For sure. For sure. Very nice. Okay. Next. I started in 4.1. Okay. But yeah, the message was, I started in 4.1, my Spiral Abyss team's on display by Huawei. So, we have a, okay. I mean, I see. Nivedent Farina team with Kazuha Shilonen and a Raiden Overload team. Interesting. So, okay, the first thing I notice is the official here is probably not ideal. It's definitely something you can do, right? Don't get me wrong, but officials constellations tend to matter a lot more in attack focused teams than in, or rather in non-quicken teams than in quicken teams. Because in quicken teams you have a decent amount of your damage coming from aggravate, whereas in non-quicken team all of your damage is from your talent levels and just your base motion value, and she gets a pretty big increase on those between C0 and C6. On top of that, your other team does not actually use Bennett. So, by far the best slot here would be Bennett if you have him. And it's not even close. Bennett would fucking solo the fuck out of this Fischl here. If your Bennett isn't available, it's fine to stick to Fischl. But if your Bennett is available, I would highly recommend using him here. Bennett's on the shop right now? Perfect. Perfect, then. Alright, so let's go through everything. So we have a Farina on Fleuve Cendre, 4-piece Golden Troop, Proto Amber Neuvillette, okay. Fav Kazuha, you love to see it. Things are looking alright. Fav Shilonen, you love to see it. Things are looking alright. Plus 13 circlet, that's funny, but hog. Skyward Spine, wow. That's funny. The rare Skyward Spine Raiden. I mean, Skyward Spine is relatively similar to Catch, so like this is completely fine. Completely fine. No issues here. Song of Stillness Fischl, okay. Alright. And Chauffeurs on whatever this weapon is. C6 Chauffeurs. Oh, that's really nice. This is even more of a reason to use Bennett. Chauffeurs being C6 means that it's gonna focus your damage even more on your on-fielder, because the C6 damage bonus only applies to the on-fielder. Which means that Fischl isn't getting any benefit from it. However, if you were to use Bennett instead, it would increase Raiden's attack, and that increased attack multiplies with the damage bonus you get from Chauffeurs' C6. Anyways, depending on how well you do your rotations here, you could probably get away with less ER. As a general rule, As a general rule, right? So we got same element, different element, clear. Caught, non-caught. Right. The base, the base numbers are 3, 1.8, 1, 0.6, 2, 1.2. So, oh, that's, I thought that was the top of the sheet, whatever. So, in a team like this, over a long period, you can maintain 24-second rotations with 2 Neuvillette E's. Neuvillette E is, what, is it 4 or 3? I forgot. I think it's 4, but I'm not sure. It's 4, okay. So, assuming none of them are caught by her, you have 8 from Neuvillette and then about 8-ish from her. Different element, caught, also none. Non-caught, you have the, is it 3 from Shilonen? I'm not sure. Shilonen's not on the TCL yet. Dodge. You'll do 2 Kazuha E's, so that's... It's 4 geoparticles? Is it always 4? Anyways. Sure. And then... Let's say you only get 1 Kazuha proc. What refine is your 5 on Kazuha? Part 2, yeah, you're probably only getting 1. So, 1 from 5. Or 1 from Kazuha, 1 from Shilonen, and 2 from enemy HP thresholds. Energy, cost, ER. First cost is what, 60? How did I forget? Which makes your ER requirements honestly pretty damn low, right? Because it's a double 5 team with 2 Hydro characters. It's hard for there to be a better setup for Farina particle generation. Pretty much the only team that has a better setup for particle generation is triple Hydro teams with Shilonen. What that means is basically, if you're doing like good rotations, you can get away with using an HP circlet or an HP sense, sorry, instead of a Hydro, instead of an ER sense. And because she's C2, I guess because she's C2 it matters a bit less, but if you're trying to do speedruns or things like that, you don't really want to go 24 seconds in between Farina bursts. Yes and no. Like, the actual reality of the situation is... It is hard for a team like this to take more than 2 rotations to kill any chamber. And pre-funnels on the first rotation make it so that even if you do shorter than 24-second rotations, you'll still be fine. I get what you're saying, but yeah. A team like this with C2 Farina is not gonna take more than 2 rotations to clear a chamber. That's the biggest thing. Anyways, all of this to say, if you're trying to speedrun stuff, HP Sense will work better. It's not that big of a deal though, so it's not like it's fine. You don't have to do it. Your Nevilette build is what, 24 crit stats, 4 HP stats, 4 HP subs, 2 ER subs. It's pretty good. There's really not much to say here. Your Kazuha build. So this is a team that generally doesn't really want to use Kazuha's burst because it's a long animation and it barely adds anything. Most of the time, if you use Kazuha burst, it's because there's a pyro enemy that you can use to self-infuse pyro. And you want to use the iframes from burst so that you don't take damage as you use it, or as you self-infuse pyro. But yeah, what that means is that you don't actually get that many hits, which makes crit rate a bit more important. I'm also realizing that this is not plus 20. It should be. It should plus 20 this for sure. And I would replace this with like your highest crit rate sub flower. Right? Your off pieces of flower. I would focus a lot more on the crit rate than the EM for this one. Getting the fav to like 30 or 35 would be a massive deal. Right, Shalonen's crit is mostly fine. Not much to say here. You could level this, but I mean, her healing barely, like, whatever. Like, you can level a lot of these pieces, but they're not too important. You're right in 24. Yeah, looks like a pretty solid build overall. Not much to say. Your talents, though, especially again, because this is a team with C6 Travelers, crowning the burst is something you should definitely do. If you're actually using her a lot. Same for Shanling's burst. And Bennett's burst when you replace Fischl with Bennett. Global levels are better than people give them credit for. They're not like that high priority, but leaving it at level 9 is a waste. Because as it turns out, you always global when you're fully buffed. Right? Like, I guess I can't show it here because of the power resistance. Okay, let me fucking remove this spin. It's annoying as shit. But yeah, there's a lot of Xiangling teams where you use Guoba as part of your setup, and as such, Guoba tends to not be too buffed. But in a team like this,
Justice will prevail. Teamwork is strict.
I'm the frying pan into the fire.
wait, something went wrong. I think I put Guoba down before I got my Bennett buff. Oops.
Let's light it up.
Usually you burst E, not. But yeah, whatever. I'll just do that then.
Illusion shattered.
Hands where I can see 'em. Final wonky going in. Let's light it up.
You're toast. Nice and spicy. Now I got
Alright, like, Guoba's damage is not insignificant. Okay, he dodged one of my hits, but because I went away, so he did. Like, it's not a lot, but it's not insignificant either, so there's no real reason not to level it. Guoba also tends to be one of your best ways to finish off a wave when you don't want to start another rotation. It's not a massive deal, but leaving it at level 9 or at level 6 is kind of a waste. Leveling this so that you fully max out the passive is going to be nice, but it barely matters. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You're already on the right track. Just replacing this with Bennett is gonna be good. Fish Anatoly says, I need some advice from a very handsome, strong, and wise streamer. Also, I'm the chatter who told you about the new level 1 fast, so that's another reason to review me. Sillying. Okay. You've convinced me. Alright. You. I hate your teams. Okay, let's look at what we got here. This is a 30 crit subs Arlecchino, which is fucking insane. But your attack subs and EM subs are kind of sad. This is a CV Andy build for sure. I don't think this is an optimizer build. I think this is a crit value showcase build. In any case, it's still a very good build, don't get me wrong. I have elegy. Oh, I see. Well, I guess that kind of changes things. Wait. You have Elegy, Mistsplitter, Thousand Floating Dreams, Crimson Moon Semblance, but you don't have Aquila? Wait! Why is he on Sapwood Blade when you have Mistsplitter? Oi! What are you doing? Bench this fucking shit character and put the Mistsplitter on Bennett. Who do you think you are? Sorry. My bad. Sorry. But yeah, this is definitely a flex build. One of the best Arlecchino builds I've seen. Personally, I think this ER is a little low. You're likely able to maintain this nonetheless, just because you are probably one rotating every chamber. So you don't need ER. I'm guessing that's what's happening. You're just one rotating chambers. But like, what's the point of the HP Sands? It's not like Yelan's doing any damage in the team compared to Arlecchino. Well, like, what do you gain from that over using an ER Sands to make your clears more comfortable? All right, thank you, Prastol. I don't have ER with nice stats. I don't give a shit. Like, if you were to give me your account, I would 100% change this for an ER Sands with literally no useful substats. If it had defense percent, flat defense, attack percent, flat attack, but ER main stat, that is what I would use. Without a second thought. Honestly, I might even consider Instructor Yelan. But maybe that's too much. Maybe that's going a little too far. Petra Yelan. I mean, yeah, Petra Yelan would be optimal. Okay, that's true. But like, Petra's a little scuffed for stuff like this. Anyways. The main thing is, Elegy is not a damage-focused weapon, it's a buff-focused weapon. And so, if you're playing a buff-focused weapon, it makes it even more relevant that your... Or it makes your damage stats a bit less relevant than if you were playing a damage-focused weapon, right? Your HP isn't benefiting from crit rate from Slingshot, or damage percent, from fucking Stringless, if that's what you're using, because that's what I'm using, because I don't fucking want to level a Slingshot. And so all in all, I generally would still go for ER Sense. If you want to still maintain good subs with the ER Sense, remember, especially if you're going ER Sands on an ER weapon, HP Goblet is about as good as Hydro Goblet. So if you have an HP Goblet in Emblem, you can use that over an off-piece Hydro Goblet. And that will let you go off-piece on the Sands, which is going to let you get an ER Sands with good stats. Yeah, not much to say about this. When you're looking at the optimal Shilonen build, it's pretty much just get as much crit rate as possible. Prog the fucking fav. I'm not a huge fan of healing bonus circlet, especially on a team where Shilonen's healing isn't relevant, like with Arlecchino. So personally, I'd change this to a crit rate circlet. But this is fine. And Bennett, I mean, Bennett's on Sapwood. Sapwood is good, but when you're not using Cleland, Mistsplitter is obviously going to be a lot better. I did say crit rate. I'd run crit rate over healing bonus, but like it's not like this is a problem in the build. Anyways, Bennett ER requirements on Arlecchino teams are actually not that bad because Arlecchino just generates a lot of energy. The fact that her E generates 5 particles is like completely unfair. It's entirely fucked. So you don't really need the ER from Sapwood. Especially if you're fucking one rotating chambers, which with a build as good as this on Signature with Elegy, you probably are. At least 2 rotating. Clorand. 26 crit subs, a little bit of ER, a little bit of attack, a little bit of EM. That's alright. Personally, I've never been a huge fan of Clorand. But I definitely think that the build is solid, the team is solid. Farina build looking pretty good. A lot of ER in the subs, you love to see it. 1,000 floating dreams. It is what it is, I guess. And then EM Sands, Fischl, that makes sense, even if it's a little weird. I would level the Fischl burst a little bit, because why not, but... I'm guessing you're not running ER and Nahida because you're skipping burst every other rotation. No favs on the team. Probably not enough ER like this. But the burst isn't really necessary in a team like this. It's nice, but you don't get that many hyper blooms, so the EM buff isn't that big of a deal. This is a Farina skill every other rotation. I see, that makes sense. Yeah. If that's what you're doing, then yeah, Fab Farina would be nice. I remember thinking about this team a lot. The like 30-second rotation, like double burst Farina. If that's what you're doing, you should definitely swap this to Fav. 100%. Like, Fav is necessary for that. But if not, then this is fine. Don't have much else to say. Your builds are good. Yeah. Overall, fairly solid. Advice for like team building and alternatives. If you have C6K, personally, I've been liking the Melt Arlecchino team more than the Vape Arlecchino teams. So, if you have a C6K, give it a shot. See if you like it. I don't. Damn. Well, just wait a couple years. Rib Bozo. For your other side, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Clown, but if you like her, I'm not going to tell you not to play a character you like, obviously. But using Missplitter over Sapwood on Bennett is actually going to be a noticeable difference for the Arlecchino team, so... when you're not using Clown, make sure you put the Missplitter on Bennett. Other than that, I don't know what other characters you have, so I'm not sure what to tell you for the other team. But yeah, pretty solid. Can you show me the C6K team? Sure.
Is there time for
I shall.
I'll whip one up in no
All right.
Maybe. maybe? Wait.
Bring it! Everybody stand back! Let... Oh, so sorry.
I don't know why I didn't get any crits. Oh, I'm on 5. I swear it wasn't intentional. I promise. Okay, you might think it was intentional, okay, but it wasn't. I promise you it was not intentional. This was not an intentional fob, okay? I swear. It was an accident. How? I think I used to have Fav on Changling, but then I gave her the deathmatch that was on Xiao, and so Xiao ended up on Fav. And then I played Xiao earlier, and I gave him Jade Wing Spear, and so the Fav that was on Xiao ended up on Arlecchino. Enjoyed an abyss. Why don't you make a YouTube video on this team? I don't think there's enough to say about this specific team, but I am planning on making a video covering the team when Arlecchino gets a rerun. Let's show it in Abyss now. Fuck. Wasn't my best run, but good enough. About 40 seconds. Pretty solid. Is canceling after N3 a must to melt consistently? No, but kind of. It's not the only way to melt consistently, but as it so happens, canceling after N3 is her best attack string anyways. So there's no reason not to do it. Alright, anyone who's actually struggling. I don't want to just do flex reviews. That's already, what, 3 flex reviews? Let's do an actual struggling review. Struggling to full clear the abyss. Alright. WL_Natty. So, Air57, we have a... Are you sure you're struggling? We have a C2 Raiden, ChesseBurgers team, along with a Nevilet Hyperbloom. Wait, that's not Nevilet Hyperbloom. I understand why you're struggling. This team is ass. Okay. I get it. I get it. I understand. Forcing Nevilet seconds. No, I think the problem is the fact that we're playing a Hyperbloom team with Fischl as the trigger. It's not that we're forcing Nevilet second side. I'm guessing this team is actually being played first side. I'm hoping. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. A hyper fridge with fischl as a trigger. Yeah, that's not ideal. But yeah. So first thing I can tell you, like, jumps out at my eyes is your teams are not ideal. And it's not a problem of owning the right characters. There are characters that I know for a fact that you own that would make this team better. It should be clearable. Sure, I could probably clear with this, but not everyone plays Genshin Impact as much as I do. Like, it's still reasonable for them to struggle. Anyways, fischl is not actually very good at proccing Hyperbloom. Let's actually go with the same team and actually look at the Hyperbloom triggers. It's gonna be easier to see if depends on enemy size. Not really, because you're not getting A4 procs either, because there's no Electro Aura. It depends on enemy size when you get a bunch of A4 procs, because the A4 procs are fine. Like, they're relatively good at triggering Hyperbloom. But the actual Oz hits are shit. Anyways. You'll proc some of the Hyperblooms, but not many of them. As you can see, you kind of just end up with a fuck ton of things on the ground. On top of that, you have to deal with actually making sure you keep fischl stuff on field. And, yeah, your fischl isn't even built for Hyperbloom. In any case, with an Evident build like this one, where you have solid 21 crit subs, 9 HP subs, I would definitely try to adapt the team and play something that's a little bit more focused on Nevilet's personal damage. I'm guessing you don't have Farina. Farina would help your account a lot, but without having Farina, you can still do solid Nevilet teams. Especially in abysses like this one, where having AoE damage is like the thing that matters the most.
Something you wish to report? Go on.
I don't have her? Okay, yeah. I would either go for a different trigger here, or just stay away from Hyperbloom altogether. Just split Bennett from Raiden? I disagree. This is C2 Raiden. If it wasn't C2 Raiden, maybe use fischl instead of Bennett here. Well, C2 Raiden, you definitely would rather have Bennett. But yeah, your Raiden side should be more than strong enough. You've got a solid build. It's not like outstanding, but it's pretty solid. Solid build on Raiden. She's crowned. She's C2. You've got Aquila C6 Bennett with a crown burst. Sugar's maxing out her passive. For some reason, she doesn't have a feather, but I mean, okay. Shineling build is fine, but it doesn't really matter that much. I guess it does matter. Your Shineling build isn't actually very good. Trying to get a better Shineling build would be pretty nice. You probably don't need this much ER. You could swap the ER sense for an attack sense, most likely. Okay, your Nevilet build itself is fine.
Staring
but
into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't.
Yeah, the team is like not ideal. It's hard for me to tell you what team you should use, because I don't know what characters you have. But I know for a fact you have Kachina, because Kachina's given for free. Kachina would definitely be nice in a team like this. Personally, what I would run is probably Neuvillette, Sucrose, Kachina, and then a flex slot here. Not entirely sure what I'd do as the flex slot. If you want defensive utility, using Lila would be fine. Obviously, the best slot here would be Farina, but you don't have her, so we'll have to make do with this. EM Kachina is a defensive option. True!
Animal test 6308. Not now. Don't be scared.
Be sanctified. Settle down.
My guidance.
Oh my fucking...
Silence.
My bad. I don't have enough ER,
Absorption test.
and I don't have any of my characters on 5 because I kind of couldn't be bothered.
Not now. Animal test.
Let the mighty be humble.
Yeah.
Stand clear.
Not having my fucking burst is a little ass. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Lila in the slot because she makes it harder to get your Hydro Swirl, to refresh your Hydro Swirl. But if you really want a defensive option, she's fine. But like the chatter said earlier, EM Kachina is also a fine defensive option. Neuvillette tends to not really struggle too much not dying, it's more so getting resistance to interruption, and the Petra Crystals can, at the very least, do that. Another thing you could use is Diona.
Settle down.
Absorption test.
Be sanctified.
Animal test 6.
Bow your head.
Stand clear.
Silence. The times beckon.
Absorption test.
Bow your head.
Swirl. Marked. Look at you. Let her rip.
Again,
Animal test 60.
my lack of favs is making my ER requirements a little fucked here, but
Let the mighty be humble.
Not the fastest clear, but still somewhat reasonable. Obviously, like I said, you don't really have a good last lot, but that is okay. You could also use Singto, yeah, but I don't know if I would love Singto. Like you'd rather get a fourth stack than Hydro Resonance and Energy, but I mean it does work. Kirara was free, yeah. Kirara can be used as well for sure. You have a bunch of options. None of them are gonna be great, but Nevilet is good enough and strong enough without needing his best teams that you should still be fine. And your other team is more than strong enough. Obviously, like I said, fine-tuning the channeling build to focus a little bit more on damage is gonna help. But yeah. Hopefully you can manage to pull through. Alright, anyone else struggling? There are 56, barely 36 starring. Okay, we can take a look at that. Thank you, Comfy9. Sorry, did I? Okay. So, we have a Nilo team and a...
Never mind. Let them do as they
What? And whatever this abomination is... Jesus Christ. That's disgusting. I hate it. Thank you. Okay. So, Iron Sting Nilo. Alright. Alright. That's alright for sure. Good HP subs. EM Singto. Hog. Oh. The CR is really low. But okay. Magic Guide. Okay. Is Singto the one who needs EM in this team? It's weird. Kind of, but not really. It's weird. First thing, Nahida being level 80 is stupid as fuck. Full offense, you should be ashamed of yourself. No, but in a team with Singto, you will apply enough Hydro to sometimes overtake the aura, and when you do, Nahida will be the one to proc Bloom. And because Bloom scales incredibly well with levels, her not being level 90 is horrible. That being said, you should still be able to clear fast enough with this. In any case. Then we have a similar issue here where it's not as big of a deal, but it's still a pretty big deal. HP scalers and maybe even more importantly defense scalers, although not quite as much for Chiori because she has some attack scaling as well, but whatever. HP scalers and defense scalers care a lot more about levels than attack scalers do. Every character gets the same increase for the level multiplier. But outside of the level multiplier, there's also the actual stats that you gain from level 80 to 90. Because attack scalers get most of their base attack from their weapon, the difference between the character being 80 and 90 is not really all that much. So most of the increase comes from the level multiplier. HP and defense scalers, on the other hand, get all of their base HP and defense from the character level. Farina's HP increases by over 1,000 from level 80 to 90. So that plus the level multiplier makes it more significant. So your Yelan, your Farina, and your Chiori, all three of them should be level 90 as soon as possible. That's most likely the most efficient use of your of your resin right now. Is the farm for Heroes Wits and level all of them. Other than that, what else do we have? Are the sets good? This is fine. This is fine. I don't know how much I like full EM Singto in Nilo teams. I don't tend to like Singto all that much in Nilo teams at all. If you're gonna be playing Singto, I guess like full EM is fine. It is what it is, I guess. You should definitely level your Yao Yao enough that you don't need to offset the flower, so you can offset the sense to get ER. Having the healing is nice. Changing this to an EM Goblet is also going to be nice. For the same reason why you want to level 90 your Nahida, because she is actually going to get some Bloom ownership, and Dendro damage does nothing for that. So I'm sorry, but even if it's this good, it's still not worth using. Here, there is no way you need Fav on Yelan in a team like this. Yelan is going to be your character that spends the most time on field. Yeah, like there's no way this is great. On top of that, if you're playing Yelan as an on-fielder in Farina teams, Maréchaussée becomes her best set. So, if I were you, I would level a Slingshot and try to swap her to a good Maréchaussée set. If you're just, like me, lazy and you don't want to have to change her build all the time, that's fine. You don't have to go for Maréchaussée. But getting a Slingshot in a team like this, where you just straight up do not need the Fav at all, you already have 2 Favs on the team, and you're on fielding Yelan, you do not need this whatsoever. So getting a Slingshot will just significantly increase your damage, and then obviously you'll have to replace a Circlet for a crit damage Circlet. With Maréchaussée, it becomes Recurve Bow. Yeah, I guess there's Recurve Bow as well. Like, sure, whatever. True. Recurve Bow so you don't overcap on crit. Good point. Frina build is fine. Not much to say. pretty good. Yeah, like, so you don't really need to focus on building your Shalonen too much. Oh, actually, no, this is us. You definitely should ascend her and get her skill talent to level 10. It's a big deal. It's definitely worth it. Okay, and then other than that, just leveling all of your talents is gonna be nice. So if I were you on your account, first things first, I think the most important thing. Okay, thing that you can do without resin. Change this to an EM circlet or an EM goblet. Change this to a damage weapon. Honestly, it can be pretty much any damage weapon and it'll be better. Obviously, if it has attack, then it's not good. But like, if you have an R1 level 1 slingshot, it'll be better than this. So it's something you can definitely do without resin. And long term, you should build a recurve bow or a slingshot. Recurve bow if you're willing to go Magatose, slingshot otherwise. Yeah, I think that's it for the no resin stuff. Then when it comes to using your resin, first thing I would do is level Nahida to 90. Then level an instructor flower so that you still have enough HP that you don't feel like you're gonna die, and use that instead of the Wanderer's flower so you can go for an offset 5-star ER sense. Next, ascend Shalonen and level her skill talent. And next, level Yolon to 90, ascend her, or level her burst talent. Skill is fine as well. Then level Farida to 90. I guess leveling Chiori to 90 is a little bit better first. Level Chiori to 90. Then Farina to 90 and her skill and burst. Farina should also be on pipe. I don't know about that one. I'm still a fan of Fav on Farina. I think also the ER is too low for pipe. But yeah, so this is the sort of account that I want to see, right? Where there's actual things to point out, and we can focus on like what should come first, what's the most important, what will affect your damage the most. Anyways, I will be right back, chat. I'm back! Alright, next account. Alright. Tatalgijib, I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. Says, started a little bit over a year ago. Got 36 stars, only once last Abyss. He does with Nevilet most of the time, and Al-Haytham has Yao Yao. If I struggle with Al-Haytham sides, he gets Nahida and Nevilet channeling. Okay, let's take a look. I mean, okay. Avetatu says, yeah, sorry, I can't review your account if you send me the wrong UID or you private your profile or whatever. I'm struggling as AR60 because I have major skill issue and ping issue. What can I do to improve my teams? Okay. This is actually an interesting angle, though. Advice that is, like, focused on alleviating skill issue is often going to be different from advice aimed at min-maxing. Well, let's take a look at what we got. So we've got a triple crowned C2 R1 for Rina. C2 R1 Shilonen. Yeah, okay, so it's definitely skill issue. I agree. C1 R1 Elon. Then Kazuha. And we have C3 R1 Nevilet. Is this your team? Tell me this isn't your team. Tell me this isn't your team, right? Right? This isn't your team, right? It is? Okay. Okay, we need to have a talk. All right, buddy. We need to talk. Okay? Okay. I'm gonna put it bluntly, okay? I don't think this is a skill issue as much as it's a team issue. It's very possible that the skill issue is present, but it is not as big of a deal as the team issue here. So, let's try to think of how to fix this. What other characters do you have? Waiting. Are they still here? Oh. What other characters do you have? You can check my Enka profile. This is your Enka profile. What are you talking about? I'm confused. Oh, wait. Ah! I see. Okay, never mind. I see. Okay. So... Thanks. Level 1. Nice. Interesting. You have Nilo, that's nice. You have Navia, that's also nice. Okay. So... Here's the thing, alright? Your Neuvillette team is complete garbage. The main purpose of Beto in a Neuvillette team, if you're playing her solo Electro like this, is to be an element that deals a little bit of damage, but most importantly gives you defensive utility. You don't need defensive utility when your Neuvillette is C1+. So Beto out, 100%. Kachina works, but she's not particularly good. And Farazan just there for the VV, like, it works, but it's not ideal. Like, none of these three characters should be on your team. However, the characters that should be on your team are on the other team. Right? The best Neuvillette team you can do is going to be Neuvillette, Kazuha, Shilonen, Farina. I think you have two main options you can think of. You can either keep this team together and do a better Neuvillette team on this side, or, and this is the option I would lean towards, do a Neuvillette team with Neuvillette, Kazuha, Farina, and then I'm not sure what the last lot would be. And on the other side, do a Navia team with Navia, Bennett, Shiloden, Yilon. Actually, no. Wait. Wait, is your Yilon C0 or C1? I'm confused. Yeah, and then instead of Shilonen on the Neuvillette side, I do... Well, honestly, anything that gives you a stack. But that doesn't fuck over your rotations. C1, okay. Wait, I'm so confused. Why do you have C0 and C1 and C3? I don't get it. It's fine. I'm guessing you just, like, made your profile a long time ago and you haven't updated it. But yeah, I definitely think Navi on one side and Shilonen on the other is going to be a good way to make this a little more brain dead. Your other option would be to do a double Hydro Hyper Bloom with Neuvillette on the other side. That would let you run Shilonen on the Neuvillette side, which obviously is going to make the Neuvillette side even stronger. But I feel like you just don't need it. Right? You have C3 Neuvillette, C3R1 Neuvillette with C2R1 Farina. Like, you do not need that side to be stronger. But maybe playing a Hyperbloom team will be easier than a Navia team. Although for this specific Abyss, I'd definitely play Navia over a Hyperbloom team because, well, it can break the fucking Geoshields. But yeah. You could also play a Nilo team, that works as well. But yeah, and then when it comes to your current builds on these characters, this is... This is a very good build. This is a very good build. What the fuck, man? Okay, dude, your builds are too good. I don't have any advice. Your builds are already good enough. Your builds are not the problem. I still believe this guy's just flexing. Yeah, but like that's kind of a mean thing to say. Like maybe they are, but like how does it affect your life? But if they're not, you're being such a fucking dick. So like you know, don't be a dick. But yeah. So in conclusion, it's not a build issue, it's really just a team building issue. Hmm. Two months old, but lucky account. Wait, why does your UID start with a 1? What the fuck? Wait, is that China? Is that the CN server? That's Asia? But Asia starts with 8. It's Asia, but they ran out of UID. I see. That's funny. Yeah, sorry, the what they said was 2 months old account, 2 months old but lucky account, Starling to 36 star in the abyss. Alright. Let's see what we got. I'm guessing this is more than lucky and you've spent a little bit of money here. Maybe you just got really lucky. I don't know. You didn't lose any 50-50s, perhaps. Got only ChesseBurgers on the banner. No, you also have Sarah. Ugh. Okay, so first things first, I don't like the Ride on Sarah team. It's not a bad team, but it tends to be hard to properly get good uptime on your ChesseBurgers, and it makes it so that it's a lot easier for things to go wrong. Because of that, I would tend to recommend something like Sherling over something like Sarah, for sure. Just do one normal into Q1 Raiden. Yeah, just do one normal into Q1 Raiden, true. This will still be fine, but it is going to be harder to play. I don't have teammates for Kenichi then? Yeah, but you don't have teammates for Kenichi no matter what. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. This Kanish team is ass. It sucks balls. That's why you're struggling. Yeah. If you really want to play Kanish, I think that instead of replacing Sarah with Xiangling, I would probably replace Bennett with Xiangling. So you can use Bennett on the Kanish side. And then I guess this would be fine. Kanish, Bennett, think so, Doma. It's not ideal, but it'll have to do. However, I do think that you're better off just playing Hyper Bloom instead of the Kanish team. Cookie's not C2. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Man, I don't know what you should do. Who's on banner right now again? Hutao. No, that wouldn't really help. Yeah, I do think, like, short term, the best thing you can do is put Xiangling instead of Bennett on the Raiden team. And do Kanish, Bennett, Singso, Toma. Long term, the best thing you can do is pull for a carry that isn't Kanish. When it comes to artifact investment, this is a reasonable build for a relatively new account, so I don't think you need to focus on this too much. This is an off piece that's not even plus 20. Sarah's damage is not insignificant in a team like this, so getting her a proper circlet is gonna help. Not much to say here. In a perfect world, you'd want her on Fav, and getting her fully leveled would make that easier without having to sacrifice the damage from her being 40k HP. But it's not the end of the world. Like, this is fine. You do have R1 on Kanish, I guess. So maybe, man, it's Ray looking low. No, it's fine. 79,206. It's alright. But this is definitely not a great build, right? There's a lot of HP and defense subs. Getting a stronger Kanish build will make a pretty big difference, so that's probably where you should be spending your resin. This is disgusting. God. If it's gonna be like this, at that point, you might as well just run Nahida on TDDS. over this garbage. 17 crit rate Xingto, like fuck that. Yeah, so just slap her on TTDS and run her instead. Always make sure to remember to swap the Nahida right before you swap the Kinich so that you actually do get the TTDS on him. But yeah. Might as well put her on Deepwood, then you can potentially go with something else here. Instead of going on Deepwood, you can focus on actually getting him enough ER, which is a little sus here. And yeah, this would be Bennett instead, with Channeling on the other side. Yeah, that's probably what I would do now. Good luck with your Abyss clears. I can actually show you how the teams play.
Staring into my eyes.
I don't mind. That means I have to fucking gear Raiden, dies of cringe. Oh, she's already geared? What the fuck? That can't be right. Whatever. Obviously, I have C6 Channeling, so it's not going to be a one-to-one comparison, but let's remove a Sands to try to balance it out-ish. Not really going to be balanced. But you have C2 Raiden, it's fine. It's going to be more or less balanced out. I probably don't even need to remove the Sands. But whatever. I also don't have Sarah. I have a level 39 Sarah. Fucking hell, man. Whatever. Does she C6? No. I think it'll still be enough to clear, though. Where's Bennett?
Ill-advised.
Toma. Is he already fine? He is already fine. This is gonna be a little fucking scuffed. Because my Sarah's not leveled or C6. And my Raiden's not C2. Let's at least fucking give her the Sands back. But yeah, we can still show like more or less how it's supposed to go. Oh boy. Bennett looks like his ER is not quite high enough.
Commit it to memory.
Shadow the past. Mind to command. Don't get too close. Supporting fire.
Let's light it up. Everybody stand up.
Roll.
I got him cornered.
What? Thought I was gonna kill. Did it not crit? I looked away. Oh well.
Illusion shot. Justice bolt. Flash.
Out of the right hand, into the fire.
No turning back. Inazuma shines eternal. There is no escape.
Koba, get them.
Drop your weapon. Quiver.
Fuck.
Glory to the Shogun.
Nice and spicy. You're toast.
Final warning. Shine down. Flash. Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered. Quiver.
Fucking Kalis.
Hands where I can see 'em.
Out of the right hand.
Storm the front. Strike. Torn to oblivion. Justice will prevail.
Koba, get them.
No turning back.
You're toast.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Anyways. But yeah, the fact that the Sarah is level 40 and not C6 is making a massive difference. And the fact that obviously my Raiden is not on signature or C2. But even with all of that,
Activity serves
even with all of that, we're still clearing in time. My second side feels super good though. You mean the Raiden side? Yeah. The Raiden side isn't the problem. That's why you should be using Bennett on the Kanish side. Because he's gonna need it.
Fire it up. Here's backup.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die of cringe.
Going in. I see everything.
Bow before your king.
What? How was I far enough for him to do that? Whatever. Whatever.
Supporting fire.
Get out of here. Off we go. Vengeance. Teamwork is true.
Locked up.
Oh my god, I fucking missed both of them? Dude!
Let's light it up.
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Holy shit.
Here's backup. Check this.
Alright, this should be a lot better of a start.
Stand this way eternally.
I got him cornered.
I hate Kanich. In game, yeah, sorry.
There is no escape. You asked for it. No, at the frying pan, into the fire. Eat this.
Glory to the Shogun! Shine down, torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered!
Get them.
Quiver! Justice will prevail!
Nice and spicy.
Storm the front! Flash! There is no escape! Now you shall perish! Shine down!
You asked for it.
Strike!
Okay,
Remove
frick
all
you.
obstacles.
Eat this. Soba, get
Flash! No turning back! Inazuma shines eternal! The mortal plane of fleeting dream.
dinner's gonna burn.
Ow.
I got you covered. Check this.
I'm going in. Committed to memory.
Claim these souls. Here's backup.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Roll. Bow before your king. Your soul.
Throwing fire. Don't get too close.
Going in. Committed to memory.
Target acquired.
Oh well. What's up, Ten?
There is no escape! Hands where I can see 'em! Final warning!
You're toast. At the frying pan.
Storm the front! I am...
I'm done. Whatever. You got the idea, man. I can't be fucking bothered with this shit. You got the idea. I don't need to fucking show it. I like whatever. You got it, right? Like I don't need to show it. This boss made me okay, fine. If this boss is what you were struggling with, all right, I'll focus and do a proper clear.
I got you covered.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand!
Roll.
I got him cornered. For the Lord of the Night.
Your soul.
Here's backup. Check this out.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Committed to memory. Bow before your king. Glory to
Oh, good enough.
This makes me nervous.
Don't get too close.
Come on.
Measly insects.
All right, let's focus and do it properly.
Shine down! Justice will prevail! Drop your weapons!
in. Yeah, I'm trying to lock in a little.
Drop your weapons. No turning back.
Now you shall perish.
Fuck. I'm gonna need one more, which is a bit annoying, but obviously you'd be able to pretty easily 3 down this, maybe even 2 down it.
Strike. Stop right there.
But yeah, keep in mind, Chevreur's Burst and Skill are both blunt, so you should try to keep them for when it's shielded up. It's gonna help. It's gonna help you clear the shield a lot more quickly. Oh yeah, and I think yours is yours is C6. Yeah, yours is C6, so you get to skill 3 times too. Which is also gonna help.
Supporting fire. Fire it up.
Going in.
Locked down.
Yeah, and then in situations like this, you want to. Oh my god! How the fuck did he?
Got you covered. Don't get too close.
I don't know exactly how the fuck he was far enough to do the range attack, but yeah, here you want to do short hold so that you actually hit both of them instead of it centering on the hitbox of the one you're currently targeting. If you don't do short hold against enemies like this, most of the time you're only going to be hitting them one at a time. You doing short hold is a bit of a pain in the ass and it's kind of harsh, but you're gonna have to.
There is no get them. Justice will prevail. Drop your weapon.
You're toast.
Storm the front.
Inazuma shines eternal. Transcend all constraints.
Flash. Hands right to see 'em. Final. Glory to the Shogun.
Torn to oblivion.
Shine depth. Justice will prevail. Strike. Storm the front.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Hey, fuck you, bro.
There is no escape.
Nice and spicy. Flash.
Oh no, I fucked up. I fucked up real bad.
Quiver.
Well, it won't matter. But I fucked up my energy generation.
No turning back. Strike.
Illusion shattered.
Stop right there.
Soba, get them. You're toast.
Justice will prevail.
Now you shall perish.
Anyways. As you can see, right, even with C0 Raiden, unleveled non-C6 Sarah, the team is still good. Shooting an arrow is Sarah necessary? It generates energy. Which is nice here because I don't have enough ER on my characters. Anyways, good luck with your stuff. Who's next? Did you clear the event turtle at max difficulty? Yeah, I cleared everything at max difficulty. On the event. Missing a star on the first chamber by about 30 seconds. 3 months old account. Don't know if it's skill issue or build issue. Okay, yeah. I see. Oh, it's Stoopy. So, like, this is a lot of EM. Oh, never mind. Let's see. No 5 is gonna make this harsh. At least you have the R1 on Molani, which is gonna alleviate that. But your trailing ER is so low. Like, you're gonna... You should sort your artifacts by ER and put her on just whichever artifacts you have that have the most ER. Tubi's Nalin said. That is nice, yeah. And by the way, for the editors, it was that lazy guy 99. So I run Sucro / Kachina on the second side. Yes, definitely over Cole. You could run either of them. Sucrose is going to be much better. The team you'd want to do... But then again, like, you have a problem with... I mean, whatever. Wait, let's show it properly. So, Molani. Kilonen. What weapon is she on? Oh, she's not even on 5. That's rough. Your ER is going to be, like, awful. Okay, I'll tell you right now, your ER is going to be complete dog shit. And it is actually going to be enough to be a problem. I need to unbuild my Shangling so she gets less ER, actually. Well, this is actually more or less good enough. But, like, you can definitely get more ER. So I'm gonna have her on a little bit more ER than you, because I'm 100% certain that you currently have artifacts that will give her more ER. I'll put her on a level 1 weapon to make sure she doesn't do damage from the fact that she's Hyricon and all that shit. Okay, then Sucrose. Okay. I just want to show the second side, so because I can't be bothered building my fucking MC and Barbara. Like, no thank you.
One with wind and cloud. Bow your head. The tides beckon.
Wind strike.
Stabilize.
Let my name echo in some.
Be sanctified.
Okay.
Need a surfboard?
So,
Animal test 6308.
Bring it.
oops.
Stand clear. Absorption test. Nice and spicy. Catch an epic wave. Let's ride. Amazing. Stand clear. Animal hyperstick. Right hip. Absorption test. Eat this. Let's ride. Surf's up. Let's shred, Sharky.
Because you don't have enough AR on your Shining, you won't be able to burst every rotation. So you're gonna need to alternate between rotations with only Guoba and rotations with Pyronado. And yeah, it's probably gonna be too harsh. Your first sight is also kind of weak. Like, yeah, it's Hyper Bloom, but like, you know, it's low constellation, not crowned, decent build Singto with Barbara Dendro MC. If I were you, I'd probably run Kole over Barbara, but then you'd be no healer. So if you have Yao Yao, maybe. Yeah, this is like bare minimum Hyper Bloom exactly. Right now, the biggest upgrade your account could get is probably either Nahida, Yelan, or Nevilette. Your Molani team is going to be good once you get your Channeling built properly. But your other team is like really bare minimum. But yeah.
Ever tried chasing waves before?
All right, chat. I think that's gonna be it.
Well,
So let's do the YouTube outro.
time like the present. I'll help you find a
So that's gonna be it for the UID reviews for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a thing or two. If you have build questions, you can join the Discord. We got a lot of helpful people over there, so make sure you join if you have any questions. If you want to catch the next time I do UID reviews, you can check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Zajef77, and I will see you guys tomorrow. No, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube. Ugh.
The most important part of
I'm about to do another run. but like a full run.
Strike a pose. Let the world go.
Solidify. Set clouds high. The bird. The tides beckon. Silence. Gather.
Let my name echo in song.
Wind strike. Let the mighty be humbled. Bow your head.
All right.
Stand clear. Animal test. Pose. Booba. Get carving waves. Amazing. Ha! Check this out. That's the one.
Bring it.
Nice and spicy. Stand clear. Right, man. Into the fire.
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Carving waves.
Well, we kind of lost our VV. We got the VV on the first hit, I think, but that's it. That's okay.
Absorption test. Nice and
Think
spicy.
what?
Eat this. Surfboard.
Okay, fuck you.
Amazing.
I'm gonna fucking lose it, dude. I fucking hate playing teams like this.
Go.
Bring it.
Right.
Stand clear. Let's ride.
He's dead.
Amazing. Animal test 60. Booba. Get them.
This is why I fucking hate the Shalon and Sucrose, man. It's just so cringe.
Settle down. Stabilize.
Showing you praise. Time to show.
The tides beckon.
Wind strike.
Fuck you.
Letting brave names echo.
Stand clear. Carving waves. Surf's up. Amazing. Surf's up. Check this out. That's the one.
Bring it. Let the mountain's veins boil.
We'll just get one tick of healing on her.
Nice and spicy.
Yeah, This is doomed.
Absorption test.
I forgot the wave pushes Guoba away. Melanie fucking sucks. I hate her so much. I hate her so fucking much. God. What a fucking awful character, man. Jesus Christ. This is why I hate Melanie this Abyss, by the way. Like, it's just, Second half is 10 times easier with Candace. I agree. So much easier. It's not even close. But, oh well. Anyways. What do you think about the Shilonen Chiori wheelchair comp? What is there to think about it? What is there to think about? Wells use it, so it must be good. I mean, it's not bad. Like, it's a good team. Or it's a good 2-unit core. But like, what is there to say about it? Yes, indeed, you can add Shilonen Chiori to teams that have 2 free slots. Wow, that's crazy. Insane. Like, there's just very little to say. Like, yes, it is indeed a thing you can do. You're recording AZ for Lyney? No, I don't think I'll do AZ Lyney today. I think I'll do it tomorrow. I'll give you guys something to look forward to. And I think that's going to be it for today, actually. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time as well. Tomorrow we'll do Ask Zajef Lyney. And maybe also some viewer abyss. We will see. Perhaps. Maybe. But before we end stream, I have a video to post. Woohoo! Insane! Oh my poggers! The combat event video is being posted right now. So as usual, if you can, if you want to go take a look at it, if you want to check it out, as usual, if you can find it through YouTube directly, it helps a little bit more with the algorithm. But if you're too lazy to do that, I understand. I am also a very lazy person. Here's the link, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Bye bye.